Hello everyone, welcome to the class of Health and Physical Education, Unit 10, Training in Sports. And today's topic which we are going to cover, that is coordinative abilities. We are going to learn the meaning and definition. So in the last session, we have learned related to the flexibility, the methods to improve the flexibility. There are the different methods through which we can improve our flexibility. And today we are going to learn the coordinative abilities, meaning and definition. So let's start with the meaning. Coordinative abilities is used in the place of agility. So you know that agility is one of the component of physical fitness, because the component of physical fitness which we have learned in class 11th, like speed, strength, flexibility, endurance, agility, this agility were considered as a component of physical fitness, but now the term agility has been changed into coordinative abilities. The agility is being named as an coordinative abilities. Why it was being named as an coordinative abilities? Because the term agility was not that much clear, that what to consider the agility was not clear, so it was being converted later into coordinative abilities. So coordinative abilities mainly depends upon the central nervous system. The signals which are being given by our central nervous system to the muscles as well as to our muscles, and through this motor unit the muscle used to contract and the body used to move, but this should be well coordinated. So coordinative abilities depends upon the central nervous system, that is known as CNS. The coordinative abilities are those abilities of the individual which enables the individual to do the various activities properly and efficiently. The coordinative abilities helps the individual to do the work effectively and properly. Whatever the activity an individual is performing, they can do it in a proper way. But this depends upon the coordinative abilities only. Our accuracy, our rhythm, our flow, and our consistency depends upon the coordinative abilities. For example, you can see in the nearest picture. In the picture, it has been shown here. The service or the ball is being received. The way how the ball is being received, how it is being received, you can see the posture, and the coordinate with the help of the coordinative abilities, you can see the posture at the last, how it used to move. So this is only been possible with the help of the coordinative abilities, because it depends upon the central nervous system, the signals which are being sent by the brain or the central nervous system to our body, so that our body used to react in that proper way. For example, if you are just climbing a mountain or if you are climbing the rocks, so you know that the rocks are uneven rocks or the surfaces are uneven. So in that uneven surfaces, you know that which areas are high, which areas are low, where I need to put my legs, how I need to move, so that you may feel yourself well balanced. And this is only with been possible with the help of the coordinative ability. So that why they are telling that our accuracy, rhythm, flow, and consistency depends upon the coordinative ability. Accuracy, we used to get an accuracy that what we want to do we are able to do, but that is only with the help of the coordinator. Then we are in a rhythm. What if, for example, if we are running, if we are just taking the ball in a basketball, if we are just dribbling the ball and we are moving further, and we are having a flow, that we used to see that the person is just moving in the court without having that much too much effort. So this flow and accuracy and rhythm and consistency depends upon the coordinative abilities. You have seen the Usain Bolt, the sprinter, the 100-meter sprinter. When he used to run, after taking a start, when he used to see the movements, and when he used to complete, you on the whole track, he used to see, imagine his movements, as it looks that he is running very slow, means he is running very smoothly. We do not used to see that he is putting lots of efforts to run further, but that is been only been possible, the flow which he is getting, no doubt lots of effort, but actually their muscles has adapted the way how he used to run, it has been adapted. So accuracy, rhythm, flow, and consistency depends upon the coordinative abilities. Coordinative abilities are important in the fields of games and sports, because it is very much important, it plays a very significant role in the games and sports. Because for example, if you are just uh, having a game of langdi, and if you used to hop with one leg, This is what, that when you used to hop, you always used to remind that my another leg should not touch the ground. And this, sometimes the person, those who are lacking the coordinative abilities, and or due to that, what happens, the person may touch the ground, or he may change the legs also. So the coordinative abilities are very important in the field of the games and sports. Now, coordinative abilities, beautiful and graceful movements. You can see a very graceful movement, very as I have given an example of Usain Bolt. He used, whenever he used to run, it looks, his movements are very, you can see the grace in his movement. He used to run like as the water is used to run. So these graceful movements are the products of the well developed technical skills. He has developed a very good technical skills, as well as coordinative abilities also are being well developed in that person. Due to that, the beautiful and the graceful movements are seen as it is a product of the well developed technical skills and coordinative abilities. Learning skills also depends on the level of coordinative abilities. The learning skills, whatever the person used to learn, you can see we are having a ladder. A ladder is being lying, and the person is used to practicing on the ladder. This is a ladder which is lying, and the person used to hop one by one with one of the legs. He used to this is only been possible when the brain is active, and he know that what he need to do that during this motion, and automatically the brain, as well as that is central nervous system, and the body used to work accordingly. So learning these skills also depend on the level of the coordinative abilities. A person who is having a good coordinative abilities, his learning skills will also be the good, and he can cover, or he can cover very soon, and he is going to learn very soon. So coordinative abilities are primarily depend upon the motor control and the regulation process of central nervous system. Motor controls our muscles. We are having motor units which are being controlled and regulated by our central nervous system. The signals which are being sent by our brain to the motor neurons, which are being attached on the junctions of the muscles, neuromuscular junctions, and that used to give an indications. So and by getting the indication, our muscle used to contract and the body used to move. So that side is being given that coordinative abilities are primarily depend on the motor controls and the regulation process of the central nervous system. For each coordinative ability, motor control and regulation process functions in a definite manner. It used to, for each and every coordinative ability, the motor control, what that used to control the process of the functioning and in a definite manner. They know that what I need to do. So everything depends upon the central nervous system. So according to the Zimmerman, ELTL, coordinative ability, this is a definition of the coordinative ability. Coordinative abilities are relatively stabilized and generalized patterns. Stabilized pattern, it is in a controlled, and it is in a general pattern of motor control and regulation process. It is in a controlled unit. The signals which are being given by our central nervous system, that used to given towards the muscles, and the muscles used to react in a controlled manner, and it is a considered as generalized pattern. They know that what they want to do, that enables the sports person to do a group of movement with a better quality and effect. So group of movement, that is group of muscles, when they used to have a well coordinated, and they are going to react according to that. This I have taken one example, but that is related to the bilateral coordination exercise. Bilateral coordination exercise, okay, you can see here the different movement that which opposite legs and hands are moved. You can have good exercise, brain exercise, in order to check the coordinative abilities. You can close your fist, and by closing the fist, you need to move the last finger of both the hands, both the fist. For example, little finger and the thumb of the right hand, and little finger of the left hand. Again close, and you can, on the opposite side, the little finger of the right hand and the thumb of the left hand. So you can just practice it. See, if you are having a very good coordinative abilities, then you will be able to move it effectively. So this is just, I have given an example. One of this is a very small example. Or we are having a parade. When a person, they used to parade, they don't know that how they need to coordinate the hands and legs. Otherwise, what happened, the hands which they used to move further, they used to take that leg only further. So they are not having a coordination. between hands and legs. But this coordination they can develop with the help of the exercise, with the help of the practice. So coordinative abilities can be improved with the exercise. We are having different types of coordinative abilities which we are going to cover in the next session. So for today, this much. You can prepare the notes, you can write down the definitions. For example, if they are asking that write down a short note on coordinative abilities, then you should be able to write that what does the coordinative abilities means. You can write down the definition and you can write the meaning as well as the types of coordinative abilities. Thank you.